Today, Sunday the 29th of September 2024, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our top match prediction picks based on top 10 or top 15 match predictions on 1.5 or 2.5 goal match prediction picks, as well as corner kick events, straight wins, and other criterias which we share to members only, then of course you want to make sure that you join to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan so that you can be having access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. So without wasting time, to those of you who want to join as a member of Level 2 Pro plan, the link is below this video. Just click on it and see how you can join to become a member so as to benefit from hand-picked predictions based on top 10 or top 15, as well as access to big league events based on the Premier League, Champions League, Bundesliga, Conference League, Europa League, and other big league events for early access. So to join, the link is below this video description. Click on it and join so as to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. Without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first event of our today's list. Looking at the first pick, we want to look at Belgium in the Jupiter Pro League, a match between Antwerp against Beerschot. For this event, looking at the performance of the home, they have proved to be better in terms of recent event they have had, scoring between 1 to 2 goals per each event. Its opponent, on the other hand, proved to be very conceding, and they concede between 2 to 3 goals per every each game recently. And looking at the comparison of these two in terms of form, looking now at the performance of the home team in terms of forms, you are going to see that Antwerp, based on home game, proved that they are better. They sit on the 9th position, having played 4 games. They have had 2 wins, 9 goals scored and 4 conceded. That's an average goal score rate of above 2, and the conceding power is not very strong. Looking to that of its opponent based on the way which is Beerschot, you're going to see that Beerschot is very poor. For 4 game played, they have had up to 11 goals conceded, very weak defense, and the scoring capacity is very poor. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. For this particular event, the home team proved to be offensive, and the away team proved to be very, very weak or conceding. And since the away team is very conceding, the home team want to take advantage of the weak defense of its opponent. Therefore, want to look at the home team to lead this match in full time, or the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we want to look at Bulgaria in the Premier League, a match between Botev against Ludogorets. For this event, the performance of the home team proved to be very poor, and they are very conceding based on recent event they have had, conceding between 1 to 2 and 3 goals per each event. That of its opponent, on the other hand, proved to be better and score more goals as compared to that of the home. Looking at the form of the away, you're going to see that they are better in terms of the rating here, and the rating performance is good. That of the home performance shows that they are average. And now comparing these two in terms of form based on the stance of recent event they have had, you're going to see that for the away team, we want to look at the form, and you're going to see that the away performance of Ludogorets proved to be better. You're going to see for 3 game played, they have had all the 3 wins and 5 goals scored, no goal conceded. Very, very defensive, and the offense is good. But that of the home, in terms of home games, you're going to see that the home team is still very poor, even though they are at home. They concede 9 goals based on 5 game played. That is, the conceding power is much and the defense is weak. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. Based on this, the away team Ludogorets proved to be better in terms of defense, and also the offense is also good. And since the home team defense is very weak, the away team Ludogorets want to take advantage of the weak defense of the home. Therefore, want to look at Ludogorets, the away team, to lead in full time, or the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next here, we are looking at China in the Super League, a match between Shandong Rucheng against Mezu Haka. Based on this event, you're going to see that the home team proved to be very conceding based on recent event they have had. That of the opponent, on the other hand, also proved to be very conceding, as you can see here, even though they are average. Looking at the stand comparison of these two, you are going to see that based on the form, recent event being played, you are going to see that based on home, for the home team, they have proved that, of course, based on recent event being played, they are good. having scoring 19 goals for 5 game played, they prove to be good. Its opponent, on the other hand, also proved that they are not that very strong. And if you look here, they concede a lot of goals, and 20 goals conceded for 5 events played, that is an average goal conceded rate of at least 4. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. Looking at this particular event, the conceding power of the away team is very huge. And looking at the fact that the home is better in terms of recent game they have had, we want to look at the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over, since the defense of the opponent, the away team, is very weak. So 1.5 goal or 2 goals over is our major pick for this event. Looking at the next, we want to look at England Super League Women, a match between Man City Women against Brighton Women. Performance of Man City Women based on recent events they have had proved to be very, very offensive, scoring between 2, 3, and 5 goals per each event recently. That of the opponent, Brighton, proved to concede as much as they can, and they are very conceding. Looking at the performance of Man City at home proved that they are better, and for every home game, they have tried to see how they can perform. That of Brighton, on the other hand, is very poor, and comparing the stands between the two in terms of the form table based on recent events they have had, this is just the second round of this tournament. And based on home performance for Man City women, you can see that they have not had any game yet. But of course, that of its opponent Brighton, based on away games, of also showed that they have not also had any game. But looking at every comparison in terms of recent events they have had, Man City has proved to be better in terms of recent game played based on recent performance they have had, as you can see here. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, Man City women, of course, based on recent event played, shows to be very offensive. And since this tournament is just starting, Man City want to impress to see how they can get better position on the table. Therefore, we want to look at Man City to lead, as well as the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time or 2.5 goals in full time. Looking at the next here, we want to look at Netherlands in the Eredivisie, a match between Twente against NAC Breda. For this event, Twente, based on recent event played, have shown that they are better, and they have scored much goal recently in terms of recent event they have had. Its opponent, on the other hand, proved to be very conceding. And looking at the comparison of these two in terms of the form table based on the stand, the home team, Twente, based on home games, have proved that they are better as compared to that of NAC Breda. And looking at Twente, you're going to see that they score 4 goals and 2 concede for 3 games played. Its opponent, NAC Breda, on the other hand, based on the way, proved that they are not as good based on the way, and they do concede much based on the way, and they have not had any game win for 3 events they have had. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, NAC Breda, the away team, is very conceding whenever they play at the away, while the home team is good and plays better in terms of performance in recent games they have had. The away team, NAC Breda, is very poor and concede much. So as a result, the home team, Twente, want to take advantage of the weak defense of the away team. Therefore, want to look at Twente to lead as one of the possibility, as well as 1.5 goals or 2 goals over as the next possibility in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking at Norway in the Elite Siren, a match between Bodo Glimt against Kristiansund. For this event, Bodo, the home team, have proved to be very good, scoring between 2 to 3 and even 4 goals per each event. Comparing to that of its opponent, on the other hand, they are very, very average, as you can see, and they do concede as much as they can. Based on the stands performance in terms of form, you're going to see that Bodo, which is the home team, proved to be better in terms of home performance. And looking at the performance of Bodo in terms of recent event, they have had 12 goals scored for 5 events played and 5 goals conceded. Offensive and not very, very defensive, but average. But that of the home play of Bodo in terms of home event, they proved to be the best here, sitting on the first position. Having played 5 events, they have had 21 goals. That's an average goal score rate of above 4, and conceding power is average. That of the opponent based on away, which is the away game they have had, proved that they are not very good. You can see for 5 events played, just 3 goals scored. But for conceding power, you can see 4. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home team Bodo is very offensive, especially when they play at home. They score between an average goal score rate of above 3 and even going to 4. but the opponent, which is the away team, is not very strong at defense. And since Bodo is very offensive, we want to look at Bodo to lead in full time. Second possibility is the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. And to those of you who want to access even more games, as well as top 10 or top 15 game prediction in terms of corner kicks, as well as match predictions in terms of 1.5 and 2.5 goal based on our top 10 list or top 15 list, then of course you want to make sure to join to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan so that you can be having access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level, as well as match predictions for early access based on big league events like Europa League, Champions League, Conference League, Premier League, and other big league events. The link is below this video. To those of you who want to join, just click and join to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan and start to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.